Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday morning, everyone. How is everyone doing? Good morning, Patrick. Good morning, Sterling. Hedge funds are buying tech stocks at a rapid pace. I could have never imagined that. Good morning, Heinrich. What else is going on? Good morning, Jacob. Is that it? Is that it? Are people still filtering in? Uh, yeah, we got a Tesla price cut, 345 for 380. I think they're still a little too high. But, in this market, again, anything can happen, especially with the mad buying of everything. The mad buying of everything. Busy week this week with earnings. Also, we have the PCE numbers out on Friday. Today is relatively quiet. We got the Consumer Board Leading Index still expected to be negative. And then we got the 3 and 6 month bill auctions. Tomorrow, we got Richmond Fed Regional Index. Wednesday, we got S&P Global Services Manufacturing Composite. We have the EIA numbers, but again, pretty quiet day. Thursday really kicks it in. We got durable good orders. The GDP growth rate for Q4. And then you have the PCE index related to the GDP, so that's the quarterly PCE. We have initial and continuing jobless claims. We also have Slovenia unemployment rate, which we don't need. And then we have Kansas City Fed. So Thursday starts kicking in, but the real big numbers are going to be Friday. Before the cash open, the PCE numbers. PCE numbers are coming in on Friday. So far today, I got a little reversal in Qualcomm. Oh, no, there it is. Qualcomm's back up. Never mind. Still lots of buying pressure in chips. There was earlier a lot more buying pressure in the mega caps, pulling back a bit now going into the open. We still have comm services and technology leading, basic materials lagging. Going to be watching this to see if it's running out of a little momentum. Remember, we have OPEX on Friday and just had a pure momentum day after a little sell-off in the morning. And just kicked in the pure momentum. Now, this is interesting. The CME Group Fed Watch tool favoring now slightly, 53 to 54 to 46, really favoring a pause in March. So no longer the cut in March, a pause in March, and then 6 cuts. Pause in March and 6 cuts. See who else is here now. Good morning, Eric. Good morning, Legion Reaver. Good morning, and officially a bull market. Good morning, Royal Palms. Remind me in a bit. Applied Materials. Fear and greed, approaching extreme greed again. So there we have it. This week in earnings today, it was Bank of Hawaii. We'll have to see if Kalani banks there. But after the close, we got United and Logitech are the big ones after the close. Tomorrow morning, we got Verizon, 3M, GE, Johnson & Johnson, Halliburton, Lockheed Martin, P&G. After the close, though, you got a bunch of people will be watching Netflix. Netflix still going to be key. Wednesday, what the big one is Tesla after the close, IBM. Thursday, you got American Airlines. I wonder if they'll blow out the doors with their earnings on Alaska Airlines. Sorry for the bad joke. Intel and Visa after the close on Thursday. American Express on Friday. So, you got Netflix and Tesla are pretty big this week, and then it really kicks into high gear next week. But we got some key things like Visa, especially with consumer spending. So that's where we sit right there. All right. You can see now we broke out. Let me get back to the S&P. S&P broke out above to, again, all-time cash highs also. Broke out on Friday on OPEX, climbing up. I have all the revised areas for Remember, we've canceled the doubles. The doubles are off the table. So right now, classic sideways correction. Remember, we had the cycles going down, cycle going down. This was a sideways correction. One down week reconnecting with the rotation zone and then breaking out. So this was a classic sideways correction. Moving up now. Next key areas. Well, first of all, your key support 48.35 with the rising daily rotation zone. I'd be looking at 48.35 to about 48.45 as my key support level. The first minor support is roughly around Friday's close, 48.70. 48.70. The next target is 49.31 on a continued march higher than 49.70, 172 area. So those are the continuing targets. Again, there is nothing. There's no topping patterns yet. There is nothing that would even start doing technical damage until black below 4,700. So there's no major technical damage until you get below 4,700 at this point. Other than that, you know, I mean, we're getting a little toppy going into the open, but, and you got an advanced clear path coming back down, but you're, again, even the breakout support is a 48.35 area. Nothing to really talk about. I'd be watching pretty much the 4-hour rotation zone. On any pullback, 48.67 would be a key area, around a key area I'd be focused on if it does pull back into the open at all and get a little bigger pullback. That's the level I'd be watching, and I'll keep watching the 4-hour rotation zone. Not funny. Well, thank you. I am not funny. I should just stick to technical analysis. Good call. Good call, Richard. I thought it was sort of good. But no, I am not funny. We just hit a major cluster on the NASDAQ. 17,550, 17,555. Any pullback, first level would be around 17,427 to around 17,438.50, which is the close on Friday. The major area is back. Let me take off this. Oh, there we go. The major area is back around 17,1 to about 17,160 with the rising rotation zone. The next key area on a breakout is the next major area, 17,921. So that's where that sits. NASDAQ was also the sideways correction from the top area, and then the breakout, reconnecting with the rotation zone. So even on the weekly basis, the rotation zone again is going to come in with the prior breakout area. So that's where we sit. Same thing. I'm keeping an eye on the 4-hour rotation zone, and the key area on this would be around 17,427, around that area, not specifically that price. So that's my first pullback area. And then the major support area would be around 17,242 to 17,270. Yeah, Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Actually, I think that's one I'm giving away too. So if you want a bunch of books and there's any way you can pick them up, or I guess if you want to pay for the shipping, I'll probably put up some photos this week of all the books. Maybe I'll put them in Discord. I know we trade the charts, but can we think about all the trends leading to something similar like the late 1920 and 1930, this time AI? I mean, we're getting with the, again, buy everything no matter what the valuations, and we could be in another blow off top area. When will it end? Who knows? Valuations, we never pulled back to saying levels yet, and now the valuations, even with dialed down earnings, so you get some beats with dialed down earnings, but roughly the earnings aren't expanding very fast. We're getting multiple expansion, not earnings expansion. So could we just be in a technical blow off top at some point? Yeah. But that's why I say with technical damage, look, in NASDAQ, technical damage doesn't start happening until below about 16.4. That would just be, you know, back in the consolidation range. So keep that in mind. Does that mean something can't happen? There's no major topping pattern, just on the recent price action. Dow, still with Friday closing at a very key level, but today trying to reach up, trying to get through Friday's high. First support area in the Dow is about 38,000 now. The next key, if the Dow keeps marching higher, the next key target would be, the next major target would be 38,880. 38,880. So that's where that sits. The Russell severely lagging, bouncing off the 50, coming into a key resistance area right about this 1975. But if it gets through there, you're looking about 1982 to 2004 are the next targets higher. But that's the last thing I'm looking at right now. I mean, the Russell's still technically in a bear market. Good morning, Martinez. You know, it can be in ludicrous mode, ludicrous speed. You know, it's just, you got to still trade the patterns. And if it's like there was a breakout on Friday, all right, and it could be, that's aggressive trailing mode for short-term stuff. I would not be in the position to get married to stuff long-term. Tradable is completely fine, but married to positions, like I would not get married to NVIDIA position, married to any positions right now for long term. This is not key areas to look for that. But for short term trades, yeah, you got to go with the trend until the trend ends. And every potential, remember, every potential of the bigger potential double tops, they've not triggered. They just keep disappearing because it goes the other way. So you keep trailing. VIX, 1350. So again, unless we really start popping above about 1375, 1380, not looking at anything even remotely bearish besides minor pullbacks. The notes starting to rotate back up. This technically could be a minor bounce, percent B buy. IB, again, I'm still paying more attention to the yield right now. With the potential yield pull back around 4.05, with the breakdown from this minor topping pattern and cycles rolling over. So I'm going to watch between 4 and 4.05 to see how this pulls back and reacts around that area with a little pullback in the yield. Remember, the GDP and PCE numbers coming out Thursday and Friday. So, 10-2s, bear steepening stalled out at the prior high areas back from October and dropping pretty rapidly back down. So, which is, again, supportive of the market continuing to go higher. Dollar index. On the 4-hour, barely triggered the double. It is still triggered. Going to be watching to see if this can get a pullback. 102.53, 102.40, 102.27. The key invalidation point is a close above 103.11 on a 4-hour basis or a trade through 103.18. Other than that, watching 4, potentially with daily cycles rolling over. Now remember, it's against the daily rotation zone. So it's got the lower probability of completing the whole thing, and this is where, from a shorter term stuff, I'm focusing really on shorter pullbacks because it's the into the daily rotation zone. However, we got daily cycles rolling over and weekly cycles not yet at the top. So this is not one of the high probability doubles. Crude, still sitting in consolidation, trying. Again, there's been buying pressure coming up here. Buying pressure on any dip. Also last week, no close below the weekly 200. So you see every dip down since really beginning of December is getting bought. Slowly accumulating, but still has not been able to break out. If we start getting a daily close above 74.50 area, which would be about above the 50 EMA, I'll sit up and take more notice, but then it's really got to get it through 75.50 for a breakout. Natty Gas on Friday finished the double. And then today gapping down. But that is over. That finished. Double top, triggered, running down, and now into some key support. So this could be setting up for maybe tomorrow for a little aggressive bout. I'd be watching tomorrow at the high today if you're trading Natty Gas. Gold, still nothing. Nothing. Yen, after completing the double bottom, watching for a pullback also here before possibly another push higher. It is getting out of very overbought conditions with cycles rolling over on the daily, getting to the top area on the weekly. So from longer term, if it's still any bullish positions, and this is the cash, not the futures. The futures are trading inverse. Remember that. But I'm watching for a pullback first. Euro, confirmed this double on, it's a double I'm watching on the 4 hour, but not yet triggered on the 4 hour. So confirmed, but not yet triggered. Remember, the double top did trigger on the dollar, and only confirmed on the euro. The euro making up close to 55% of the dollar index. Pound, still nothing. Spiders, let's get to the good stuff. Spiders, again, on any pullback, I'd watch 480.70 to roughly the close, 480.96 on Friday. That would be my first support zone. The next key target is 486. All right. Major support coming in at 477.50. Major support. Can't start getting technical damage done until you get back below about 465, 66 area. So that's where that sits. Minor, sorry, that was based off the close on Friday. Yeah, 482.43. I was looking at the 4 hour chart. 482.43 right now. What are we trading? 483.93. So any pullback, I'd be watching 482.72 to 482.43. Sorry about misstating that. Still, this key target higher is 46.09. So that's where we'd look at right there. The Qs. The key area, I revised all the harmonics on here. 421.74 was the next harmonic area. We're trading 423.26, so above there. So the key support would be about 421.34 to 421.74. The next major target is 430.56. 413 is just an ordinary pullback to the prior breakout area. I have a bunch of opening gap rules. I used to go over some of the ways I did gap plays. I haven't done that in a while. Maybe we'll do it again. That's where we sit with that. Yeah, there's not a lot of juice in the positions. Remember, there's sometimes it's just, I mean, this is sort of just buy and hold your nose mode. But we'll see how these next couple weeks unfold with earnings. Tesla, any bounce would be into the rotation zone. I'd be watching for the next rollover sell. Again, next target 202.95. NVIDIA, closing in on the next harmonic 601.29. I'd be watching anywhere from 600 to 601. And then, I mean, there's there's just nothing beyond that yet because we can't. I'll have to see if there's some. Oops. I'll have to see if there's some major harmonic I'll have to look for, but we're getting very insanely overbought. What am I missing? Which one did I forget? What did I forget? Was it AMAT? Was that what was requested? Somebody remind me. I'm just scrolling back through. Sorry, this is why. I thought it was AMAT. Applied material. Let me know. AMAT. Applied material. Also in bull breakout. 169.50, 174 are the next targets higher. Trading 169.33 at today's gap up open. Beyond that, you still have the next target. Should it continue to run above 174 is 179.05. So that's where it sits. The major support is back at 165. There, thank you, Royal Palms. I remembered correctly with my old brain. So, I mean, there's nothing to be concerned about unless you have a quick reversal and a close below 165. Other than that, those are the targets higher. What were you saying, Legion Reaver? I'm going to be going through some of your older video for details. If I remember correctly, a lot of your teaching on it was on the afternoon sessions. Yeah. And a bunch of my stuff's now getting demonetized and getting taken down by somebody claiming there was some music, even though I license. I'm not arguing with them anymore. I have all the stuff I use is licensed, and they're like, no, you used it invalidly, even though I have a license. But so if you see some older videos disappear, that's why. Because I'm just not arguing with these clowns. You're trying to demonetize my videos. There's, you know what? Or you're trying to take them down. Forget it. So if you see something old disappear, that's why. It's just a joke at this point. YouTube has become an absolute joke. Oh, you've used 12 seconds of something that overlaps with something electronic that we think we own, and 12, really? Oh, it's not even a way. It's not even. I try to help stuff out, and this just pisses me off at this point. Maybe I should switch streaming platforms after I move. Hopefully, I get to put the house up for sale in March. So that's where we sit. BHP. Yeah, there you go. POS. I mean, it's a joke. Maybe I'll switch platforms. I don't know anymore. BHP. I don't know anything about that. All right. Like they say, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So, again, we'll probably do some more teaching coming in. I'm just looking at the shorter term stuff, then we're going to wrap this up. Going in the open now. Looks like it's still trying to hold. Minor stuff is this 480.80. On any pullback, I'll be watching 480.80 and keeping an eye on the tick. And then above 480.90, it could actually make a pretty quick breakout play to 4,900 if it gets above there. So I'll be keeping an eye on that if we have strong tick. Hey, dark screen sleep. Remember, penny stocks is gambling a lot of times. Trade the big boys. You'll follow me wherever I go. Well, thank you, Christoph. Again, maybe after I move especially, maybe we'll set up some. But boy, because I'll be going out west again. I'll be up real early for live streams then. We'll see. We'll figure it out. All right. With that, I'll keep everyone posted with what's going on. I'll hope everyone has a wonderful trading day, and I'll talk to everyone later. Bye for now.